Today, we are going to find the common factors, greatest common factor, common multiples, and least common multiple of two numbers. Before we start our discussion, let's have an activity. You are going to answer the questions that I will present in 10 seconds. Are you ready? Alright, let's start. What is the prime factorization of 18? The answer is 2 times 3 times 3. What is the prime factorization of 31? The answer is 1 times 31. What is the prime factorization of 45? The answer is 3 times 3 times 5. What is the prime factorization of 72? The correct answer is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. What is the prime factorization of 81? The answer is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now, let's solve this problem. Philip helps his father in their bake shop. They bake 24 cupcakes and 36 cookies. What is the largest number of cupcakes and cookies that can be placed in boxes if these are of the same number? The problem is asking for the greatest number, or it is also called as greatest common factor. But what is greatest common factor? Greatest common factor, or GCF, it is the highest number that divides exactly into two or more numbers. It is the greatest thing for simplifying fractions. To find the GCF of two numbers, here are the different methods. Use a list of factors to find the GCF. In this method, you are going to list down the factors of each number. The highest common number between the two given numbers is the GCF. Method number 1 is called listing method. We get 24 by multiplying 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Therefore, the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. We get 36 by multiplying 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, 6 and 6. Therefore, the factors of 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. Based from the list of factors of 24 and 36, we notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 are the common factors. And based from the common factors of 24 and 36, their greatest common factor is 12. Now, we're going to use prime factorization to find the GCF. You can use prime factorization to find the GCF of a set of numbers. You are going to get the factors of each number until all of the numbers become prime. The prime numbers that are common to a given number will be the GCF. Last time, we have already solved for the prime factors of 24 and 36 using factor 3 and continuous division. For those who have not watched it yet, kindly use the link that I provided below and watch it first before continuing with this lesson. Using factor 3, the prime factorization of 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. While the prime factorization of 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. After listing down the prime factors of 24 and 36, we're going to bring down the prime factors that are the same. To get the GCF of 24 and 36, we're going to perform multiplication. 2 times 2 times 3 is equal to 12. As I mentioned earlier, on our past discussion, we have already solved for the prime factorization of 24 and 36 using continuous division. Kindly watch the previous lesson first before continuing with this discussion. We solved the greatest common factor of 24 and 36 by multiplying the divisor on the left side. 2 times 2 times 3 is equal to 12. Let's have an activity. Directions: find the greatest common factor of the following numbers using any method. We have 30 and 42. The GCF of 30 and 42 is 6. Now, let's proceed to problem number 2. What is the least common multiple of the numbers? Let us first define least common multiple. Least common multiple is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. To find the LCM or least common multiple of two numbers, here are the different methods. Method number 1, listing method. Now, we are going to list down the multiples of 24 and 36. The multiples of 24 are 24, 48, 72, 96, 120, 144, 168, 192, 216, 240, and so on. While the multiples of 36 are 36, 72, 108, 144, 180, 216, 252, 288, 324, 360, and so on. Based on the multiples of 24 and 36 presented, their common multiples are 72, 144, and 216. Therefore, the least common multiple of 24 and 36 is 72. Method number 2, factor 3 method. The prime factorization of 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. While the prime factorization of 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And then, we are going to list down the prime factorization of 24 and 36. After listing it down, we are going to bring down all their prime factors. To find the least common multiple of 24 and 36, we are going to perform multiplication. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 is equal to 72. Method number 3, continuous division. After performing prime factorization using continuous division, we're going to multiply the divisors of 24 and 36 to get their greatest common factor. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 is equal to 72. Now, let's have our last activity. Directions. Find the least common multiple of the following numbers using any method. We have 36 and 32. The least common multiple of 36 and 32 is 288. Remember, greatest common factor is the highest number that divides exactly into two or more numbers. It is the greatest thing for simplifying fractions. Least common multiple is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of two or more numbers. To find the GCF and LCM of two numbers, here are the different methods. Method number 1, listing method. Method number 2, factor tree method. And method number 3, continuous division method.